Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. So today I want to talk to you guys about this zFinn team in Phase 3 of the heroic Sith Raid. We have been able to find out that it can solo Phase 3 on full auto, and this potentially poses a problem for the interaction of Finn, C3PO, and Rebels all together. So I want to talk to you guys about this team. I want to show you guys the run that I did earlier where I did about 65% on pretty much full auto, and just kind of talk about what to expect with this and what we could expect to see down the road with zFinn, and why I think CG is probably going to nerf this because of this Phase 3 run. But first, I want to talk to you guys about what this team entails, how to use it, what mods you're looking for. So you can see that I've got a zFinn lead here, C3PO, Chewie, Han, and Leia. Now what you want to go for is pretty much potency on everybody. So you can see 6 potency mods there, get the triple potency set, 104% potency on Finn. We go over to Chewie, he's going to be the exact same thing. Triple sets of potency, go for the potency cross because you want to build up that potency, and I'll explain all that here in a moment. So 110% on Chewie. You go over to Leia, and Leia actually has a decently high base potency, which always seems surprising, but now we understand. So here you go, 128%, almost 129% on Leia, and then you go over to Han, and he's running about 105, I think. Let me check. He's running 101% potency. Now the reason why you want to do this is because of C3PO. You go down to Cyborg Relations, all allies have plus 10% potency. Whenever a rebel or an Ewok ally uses their basic, they can inflict expose on the target for 2 turns, which cannot be evaded, but can still be resisted, so you want to stack up that potency. Rebel allies have plus 10 potency per stack of translation, so basically with 3 stacks of translation, another 40% potency on your rebel allies. This is a lot of potency. Now I've seen people switch out Leia, throw in BB-8. BB-8 secret intel can then throw another 25% potency to your allies too, so that all works. And pretty much what this all means is that the zFinn lead, anytime that an ally or every time that an enemy takes damage from expose, reduces the cooldowns of all resistance allies by 1, grants them 35% turn meter. So this means that you're constantly going to be applying exposes, popping those exposes, and then driving up the turn meter and reducing the cooldowns on the C3PO. And this means that C3PO is constantly going to be calling the mass assist with oh my goodness, where every ally who has translation is called to assist, dealing 50% less damage. So you're pretty much going to get translation on the 3 rebels plus Finn, and they're going to constantly assist, apply those exposes, then pop the expose on the other characters assisting, and drive up that turn meter and cooldown reduction on C3PO. And it's a pretty much infinite loop. I've seen people basically solo Phase 3 and just about 1 full topple. Shout out to Bulldog 1205. He originally had this idea. He and I have been talking about it. He got a video out earlier tonight talking about it. You guys should definitely go check out his video. There's a link to it down below. But really, this is the team you want to go for. You can switch out Leia, throw in BB-8 if you have the Zeta on BB-8. You can then call an ally to a resistance ally to assist, which means Finn or C3PO will assist. And if C3PO assists, he can then use his basic, which can then apply an expose because he's a rebel. So there's some pretty solid interactions here. So overall, team's very good. Let's go ahead and go into the run and talk about what you want to see here, and then also just talking about what CG is probably going to do about this team. Now, for setting this up, all you really have to do is start using special abilities on your allies so they start getting translation. So by the time that C3PO is ready to move and use his oh my goodness ability, you're able to do a lot of mass assist already with your rebels and start applying those exposes. You do have to take down the sabers here to then topple Traya, and you can do this a couple different ways. You can send in a team early, knock down 2 of the sabers, eat up that isolate from Traya, and then have them wipe so that when you come back in, you can automatically topple Traya and go straight into a team there that can just already start spamming assists and quickly get the chain built up with the exposes and the turn meter boost. So that's one way to do it. Here I just kind of set in a couple of characters like Ezra, eat the isolate, maybe do some damage to the sabers, and that was about it. I just kind of wanted to get them in there, eat up that isolate so I could do a clean run from the beginning. So there are a couple ways to handle that at the beginning with a Phase 3 team. Now once you have Traya toppled, at this point all you have to do is just make sure translation is on all of your characters. Now you may not want to set it to full auto here right away because C3PO will slowly build up 3 stacks of translation at a time on a character. So if one character is missing some stacks of translation, C3PO will focus on that one even if another character on your team doesn't have translation. So at the beginning you may want to do some manual targeting with oh my goodness, get some translation on your other different characters there, and then build up to your other characters and then just set to auto and just spam oh my goodness. You'll see that they get the constant turn meter boost, and it's a pretty constant loop where you're just doing so much damage. I've done almost 60% damage on a single topple with this team. It's pretty good here. So this kind of team really going to be pretty deadly here. I think that this means that CG will be nerfing it at some point. So with that, there's a couple different team compositions you can use. For this team, I use Leia. I've seen people use BB-8. BB-8 also works really well because he can give your team Illuminated Destiny, and if you have the Zeta on his assist, he can then call in C3PO to use a basic, which then means that he can apply an expose or have Finn attack again to pop an expose on Traya already. So there's a couple different ways you can use different characters in there. Leia I like because she can do a triple tap, and she was pretty much almost always landing exposes with her basics, so I like her for this. You also have Chewie in here who's going to constantly assist whenever Han or Leia move. Leia constantly gains turn meter when she uses her basic, so she gets in a lot of assists with Chewie too, and then every time Chewie moves he's healing protection and health on the guarded characters. Now with those guarded characters, they can't be dazed or stunned. That is pretty big for fighting these sabers. We figured that out with phase 3 already. Chewie's pretty good here. Now overall, this team you set to auto and you just kind of walk away and see what happens. You don't really have to sit around. You can still do 30 to 40% of phase 3 very easily with this team. If I had more time to optimize it, I would have. I just went for straight potency builds. I could have gone for some more offense, secondaries, or some more crit damage. Who knows? There were ways to optimize this probably better than what I was able to, but I was in another guild. Shout out to BHG Wakanda. They let me come over for this guild raid and let me kind of test it out for them. I didn't want to keep them too long, so I tested things out there in their guild. Big shout out to them and big thank you for letting me come over to test this out. So overall, very solid concept here, and as we've seen in Bulldog's video, you can definitely solo phase 3 with this team. This is a problem because if you remember, I said earlier that CG was going to keep an eye on this interaction with C3PO and the zFinn and Rebels, and they would have to nerf it if necessary. The problem here is that we are starting to see this team beat Revan teams in the arena without those Revan teams taking any turns. You can do the same thing to a Traya team. It's not an easy time, and this is going to be a problem if they don't nerf it. We're going to see the rise of these Finn C3PO teams, and while that's not necessarily a bad thing, it is nice to see these teams show up here and really just kind of dominate some of these arena teams. This could be a problem in the future. So right now it looks like we are probably going to see a nerf sometime this week to this team. The fact that we can solo phase 3 on auto without Traya ever taking a turn, that is going to be a problem I doubt CG is going to let slide. So expect to see some kind of change to the Finn leadership Zeta this week. We'll probably see something along the lines of your resisted allies can only gain that bonus turn meter once per turn, or something similar to that, or maybe, God forbid, that they change the mechanics to Traya when she's toppled. Right now she doesn't have the stacking tenacity when toppled, and that is the reason why we're able to land those exposes. They may change it so that she gains bonus tenacity when toppled. I hope not, but that's probably what we're gonna see. Now with all this said, it is a fun team to use, but I don't expect it to last long. I think that we're going to see something get changed to it here soon. So those are my thoughts on this team. Overall, I like it. It does feel a bit cheesy, but I mean, that's how most of your teams do. And you can see it already runs full auto in the Heroic AAT raid. You can wipe out the raid pretty easily in about 25 minutes with this team, and that is my fear, is that we're going to see that team get nerfed because of this here in phase 3. So this video is pretty much to show you guys what this team can do, showing a proof of concept of the mods and what to expect with this team, and really what I think about it, because I think that we're going to see something get changed here. So let me know down below what you guys think of this team. Do you think it's going to get a nerf from CG? What do you guys expect from it? As always, guys, if you guys have enjoyed this video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and apologies, my voice sounds kind of off. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I've got family in town, trying to not wake them up right now, but I just want to get this video out to you guys, show you what it looks like, and give you my thoughts, and be prepared to see some kind of nerf within the next couple of days or by the end of this week to the zFinn. So that is pretty much this video. I know some of you guys are going to be worried about me showing this video and forcing Finn to get nerfed. It's already out there that this team can solo phase 3, so don't worry, I'm not going to be forcing CG to nerf it. They are pretty much already aware of this if they even pay attention to Reddit. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks again for watching. I will talk to you guys later.